Well, we apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We thought our broadcast was going live. It is not, and Southern Prep Academy received the ball to start the senior night, to start the first few seconds, and gunshot fired off with kickoff with 5 seconds. That shaven down here in Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Well, Brendan, not something we're really used to starting off a football game, but it's part of the tradition here at Southern Prep, who's, again, as we mentioned, coming into tonight's contest, they had, of course, an overall record as the Fighting Rangers, coming in at 5-1. Of course, an independent team, as their first offensive play starts out with a carry up the middle, and weaving through the defense is Ernest Moore, the second-year senior from Birmingham, Alabama, gets the carry up to move the chains for a first down.
What should I get?
I would shoot.
As Southern Prep marches it back down the field to the 40-yard line. In motion and under pressure, it's going to be a sack. Owen Wolf could not get anywhere, as that sack is made by Calhoun County's Quincy Edwards. Excuse me, I beg your pardon. I believe that's DeAndre Cannon off of their roster. And it'll bring up a second down and long. Second and long. This carry in the backfield. And Ernest Moore gaining a lot of lost yardage back from the sack. What was about a second and a quarter of the field is now a 3rd down and 4. They're down and 4. And the ball loose in the backfield, immediately fallen on by Owen Wolf. And Brendan, that's not the kind of play you wanted if you're the Southern Prep Fighting Rangers. Apologize, having some equipment issues. We'll get Brendan Daniel up in a few moments. And with this pass by Owen Wolf, it is incomplete to the left side. You see Wolf here on the scramble, left side, tried tossing it incomplete. Pass intended there for Ernest Moore, one of his primary targets throughout the season. And now first and 10, the first offensive drive for Calhoun County Cougars. As this gets taken, a carry on the right side to Quincy Edwards. Carries it, gets stopped at about the 45-yard line for forward progress on a 2nd and 5. Second and 5. And the ball loose, a muffed snap there. This will be kept by Jenkins. Tony Jenkins will go up for maybe a gain of a yard, even on a dangerous situation. Gets a gain of a yard for a 2nd and 4. Third and 4. There's a keeper by Jenkins to the left side, but that Southern Prep defense not allowing anything to happen as Garrett Peebles and company forces a tackle for loss. Now a 4th and 8. Calhoun County looks like they'll go for it here, and flags down. We have our first penalty of the game. Let's roll the false start against the offense. Sometimes we get the penalty announcement, sometimes we don't. And with that false start, to move it back for about a 4th and 13, about a 4th and 14. So it'll be a punt away for Calhoun County. As this a low dive punt falling on at the 45-yard line, and that gives great field advantage for the Fighting Rangers to work with. First and 10 on the 45. There's a handoff. And the main fullback for Southern Prep and Ernest Moore, the 2nd-year senior running back, moves the chains again for a first down. And first and 10, a little bit of a muff snap. But making something of nothing is Owen Wolf. Owen Wolf, a 3rd-year senior from Niceville, Florida, prevents a tackle for loss and gets for a 2nd down and 8. Second and 8. Wolf scrambling. Wolf looking to the right side. He's going to keep it. He's got space. Owen Wolf trying to get past this defense. He's got space on the left side. Owen Wolf is going to get inside of the 10. And Owen Wolf is going to get inside for a first down. Southern Prep marching it back down the field again. Owen Wolf with an amazing keep. Tried to find the pass there, couldn't find it. First and goal. On the 9-yard line. This one kept again by Wolf is going to be swallowed up by the defense. Included on that tackle was Javian Carr and the Calhoun County secondary. And on a second and goal, handoff up the middle. Ernest Moore is going to get in, and Southern Prep is going to strike first on senior night. Again, we are just having some audio issues with Brendan Daniels' headset. We will adjust as necessary, and at least for now, Southern Prep, a great touchdown by Ernest Moore. And the extra point here. This will be snap, set, kick, and good. Extra point successful from Gabe Weaver. Make that 7-0 with 3:50 left to go in the first quarter here on senior night, Camp Hill, Alabama. Southern Prep scoring first on senior night. See if Calhoun County can respond here in Camp Hill. The low line drive, as this will be returned by Jaden Ellis. Gets to about the 37-yard line. And the Calhoun offense will get back to work. See how the Southern Prep defense, coordinated by Jim Keller, do on this second offensive drive from the Cougars. First and 10, pitched in the backfield to Edwards. Quincy Edwards getting through for a gain of about 9 yards. Southern Prep defense preventing the first down with that's actually about a gain of 9 yards for a 2nd and 1. It's Quincy Edwards. Second and 1. Scramble, toss, right side, incomplete. Pass intended for Quincy Edwards. Down to 2:47 left here in the first quarter. Southern Prep's defense only having to defend 2 offensive drives. This one being the second so far in the first quarter. So get the movement there. It's Quincy Edwards again. It's swallowed up by Southern Prep's defense. Looks like Theo Rindler, second-year junior from South Lake, Texas, in on the tackle. Actually, I beg your pardon, that's Bennett Kilpatrick, the junior from Mountain Brook, Alabama. Looked like 13 from the distance. Actually, Bennett Kilpatrick was one of the first. On this 4th down, the conversion successful from Calhoun County. That carry by Jaden Ellis, getting up the middle and across the 50-yard line. So the Southern Prep defense allowing a 4th down conversion. Minute 30 left to go. In the first quarter, Calhoun County marching it down the field. So they'll hand it off again. It's to Jaden Ellis. He gets tripped up with a tackle for loss. Actually, I was right the first time on Theo Rindler, the junior from South Lake, Texas, on the defensive side for Southern Prep, getting those tackles in. It was not Bennett Kilpatrick. But among Rindler and company, get a loss for about 4 yards. And a flag is down as this ball is still being carried up to about the 50-yard line by Quincy Edwards. Taking a long time for him to be stopped. We do have a flag down. Maybe we'll get the penalty announcement on this one.
Illegal motion. Illegal motion on the offense. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Got one there. .22 seconds winding down. Coach Bell declining the penalty. Opted to stop him on 3rd down. If they can get to Quincy Edwards, then they won't on a 1st down. How about a little bit more? Quincy Edwards brought down by the jersey at about the 22-yard line. And Quincy Edwards has got a 1st down for Calhoun County. And with that, it's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Quincy Edwards with a great run. And after 12 minutes in the first, it's 7-0 Southern Prep leading here on Senior Night in the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week, which is sponsored by Grace Point Healthcare, modern medicine the old-fashioned way, and by Fairlife Core Power Protein. Work hard, recover harder. I believe we have figured out the technical issues, and even though we can hear James clearly talking near you, Brendan, interesting first quarter so far for Southern Prep, only one touchdown, but how about Quincy Edwards for Calhoun County? We didn't get any real statistics or any important notes on Calhoun County coming into this contest, but Quincy Edwards, likely a senior at the quarterback position, doing very well here in Camp Hill, Alabama.
Absolutely. It's just experience for him. He just knows when to get out that pocket when it's collapsing and when to get rid of that ball. It's just a shame that the one pass he did throw, it just went straight through the receiver's hands. Maybe next time they'll be able to catch it, maybe get him some extra yardage.
Certainly a possibility, but at least for now, Calhoun County, with the start of the second quarter, they're going to try and march it down the field as this is handed off up the middle. We'll give it to Jaquan Thompson, who stays on his feet. And it looks like we couldn't get the shot there, but it goes all the way down to about the 4-yard line, and a first and goal for Calhoun County as they march it down the field.
Absolutely. Thompson with a good run and continuous move those feet and just not worry about the defense taking them down.
For Southern Prep, they haven't had much to worry about during this season. It's been very much one-sided in favor of the Fighting Rangers coming into tonight. They were 5-1 overall on their regular season record. Again, ranked 12th on the NHSA rankings as they continue to try and justify heading to national tournament in Panama City Beach. This is going to go to the right side. A carry by Tony Jenkins, and the ball loose. Waiting for the ruling or a signal. Got whistles blown. I believe they rule it down by contact, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
And I don't know if he was down by contact. I think he definitely coughed up the ball before he went down.
Now, you got the better vantage point than I do, at least from up there. Trust your judgment on that one. So Southern Prep's defense trying to get an important stop here for a second and goal. Their defense has stood pretty strong to this point, as this one to the right side is carry from Quincy Edwards, who's going to push in and get the touchdown. Calhoun County gets their first score of the game.
Quincy Edwards was a lot of patience just to wait for that hole to open, and then he just cuts in and gets that touchdown. Good run.
As you see on the replay here, Quincy Edwards get the ball, takes it to the right side, finds the spacing, gets his way past the goal line.
Usually most other running backs would try to run through the defense. Instead, he learned just be patient and wait for that hole. Those blockers will get up to the second hand and get you enough block to just waltz it on in.
And at least seeing how the formation is, no field goal unit out for Calhoun County. They'll try and go for the lead here. Low snap, but it doesn't matter as pushing into the goal line. Trying to push into the goal line as the ball was stripped away by Quincy Edwards. Again, can't do that in high school yet. Seen that several times where players have tried to take it back after a 2-point conversion. 7-6, Southern Prep leads by an extra point here on senior night. 10:26, I believe, left to go in the first half, as this will be returned by Southern Prep. It's taken to about the 38-yard line. Return there from Ernest Moore. And Southern Prep offense gets back to work after they'll need to try to give an immediate response to the Cougars. First and 10 for the Southern Prep offense. They start on their own 39-yard line as Wolf get it to the left side. Pass and reception for about 7 yards by Matt Cooper, the senior from St. Palm City, Florida. Gets a gain of about 7 yards.
Again, the older guys just doing their jobs and doing what they're supposed to do. Wolf is a great passing touch and great running.
As the Fighting Rangers again on senior night, they 5-1 coming into this evening. High snap there for Wolf to take. He's scrambling, looking for the pass, and finds it for the first down and a little bit more. Great reception on the run. Southern Prep gets a first down across midfield.
Shout out to Wolf, just being able to stay behind that line of scrimmage and get that pass off just enough to get a first down.
And there's a reason why Owen Wolf throughout the season has got a QBR of 123.6, 42 for 70. Average time, anytime he passes the ball, it's about for 20 yards. Total of almost 840 yards on the season as we have a penalty. Encroachment or neutral zone infraction on the defense. No penalty announcement that time, as we have the ball moved up about 5 yards.
That's tough. You can't have these penalties against this team. They're too good. Southern Prep will have you running for the hills if you keep falling back on these penalties.
First and 5 after the penalty. On the run is Ernest Moore. Tried to get out of the leg tackle there and finally whistled down for a loss of about 4.
And great defense, a way to keep the running back at a hold state where you can just wait for backup to help you out if you couldn't get them down yourself.
A second and 10 on the 40-yard line. You can hear the crowd cheering, "Let's go Rangers," as the officials are having a discussion here about movement of the ball. It's another encroachment on Calhoun County, so moves it back essentially to where they started on that first down. All the officials are having a discussion here. It looks like they're trying to clarify positioning of the ball. Waiting on an official signal here, and a lot of, they're getting a lot, they're trying to figure out what's going on with the chains here. I guess they're moving the chains for a first down. Yeah, they're moving the chains for a first down. A lot of discussion on that in that regard for this.
Well, Spencer, I think James has a couple updates for these games out here.
Well, might as well since we're about 37 minutes in. We'll get James in after this play as finally wind the clock. It finally determined it's a first down on the 30-yard line for Southern Prep as Wolf is going to scramble way under pressure, still alive in this as Wolf looking on the run. He tries to get the pass off, and it's incomplete, intended for Ernest Moore. Better to have no yards gained in a 2nd and 10 than a 2nd and quarter of the field in that situation. So Wolf quick on his feet and quick to think as we bring in our residential scorekeeper, James Shannon, as about 38 minutes after most of the games have kicked off around the Southeast.
Guys, I have no scoring update yet from Lighthouse Christian hosting Christian Community, and Grace Baptist FCA just kicked off. Of course, they had the middle school game before the varsity game, so that one just kicked off here at 7:30. In the 2nd quarter, Tabernacle Christian out of the CFA leads the Lighthouse Homeschool Warriors 8-0, and at the end of the first, it's Cannon County 20, Tennessee Heat 0.
Cannon County already getting out to an immediate lead here in the Tennessee Heat game. Right now, Southern Prep trying to get a larger lead as Wolf scrambles and spins out of a tackle. He's brought down from essentially behind by the lineman Roderick Craddock as tries to move the chains there, at least get some more positive yardage, and just brings it up to a 3rd and 5.
And sometimes that's all you need out of your quarterback for Wolf. Just know when the play's over and just get as much positive yards as you can. Great defense by the defensive line and great tackle by him.
7.5 left to go in the first half. And coming up, the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report. We'll get you our thoughts and analysis of the first half. We'll get you the latest scoring updates around the Southeast. It's all coming up on the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report. Biggest implicating game in terms of the playoffs, Grace Baptist and Franklin Christian with that game just kicking off. Scramble by Wolf. Catch is made and tripped up. The catch was made by Pierce Hinderlitter, the 2nd-year senior out of Atlanta, Georgia, gets the reception to move the chains for a first, looks like a first down or maybe just short of it. Yep, first down.
Just Wolf just showing us why his rating quarterback so far is great. It's because he just knows how to scramble and just been able to get the ball out of it and get to the receiver.
Yeah, Owen Wolf, again, the 3rd-year senior out of Niceville, Florida. Had a little bit of experience at the quarterback position for Southern Prep. As, of course, a tough loss for them in the semis last year against Ezekiel Academy. As this scramble to the right, handoff there to Ernest Moore, gets a gain of maybe a yard or 2 on the play for a 2nd down. And I believe we have a flag down.
Yes, we have a flag down.
See if we can get the call from the official. He's given us 1 penalty announcement out of 4 penalties. It's a face mask called against Calhoun County.
Again, just those penalties. Killing Calhoun County, they're going to figure out how to stop that. This team is too good for them to be counting the penalties.
And with that, it's now a first down and goal inside of the, or excuse me, a 1st and 5, I believe, inside of the 10. Here's to the right side. Ernest Moore trying to get through to the goal line, and he'll be ruled short at about the 1-yard line, but it's a 1st and goal for Southern Prep.
Absolutely close. I think if he reached out just a little tad bit more, he probably got that touchdown.
And you mentioned it, Brendan. Penalties are what will put you down very quickly against this Fighting Rangers offense. Right now, knocking on the door of another touchdown.
Absolutely, and as you can see, this offense is just smooth sailing. There's nothing you can do about it. If you can just get to the quarterback on time and just cause no penalties, I think you'll be all right. But Calhoun County's going to have to figure it out.
Wolf scrambles. He's tripped up in the backfield by Craddock and company, preventing any sort of touchdown dive in by Wolf.
Perfect stop by Craddock. Way to just get that tackle in instead of just trying to go for his legs.
And it looks like Coach Bell will opt to have a timeout here. Timeout called by Coach Bell. I believe their first of the first half. For perfect time to remind you that the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by First Horizon, all things financial, and by Crutcher's Auto Repair, trusted by Franklin, Tennessee since 1980. .5:18 left to go in the second quarter. Southern Prep used its first time out of the half. As Wolf looks to the right side for the pass, incomplete. Looked like the pass was intended there for Evan Cole, the fourth-year senior from Salem, Alabama.
And from the looks from up here, it looks like it was just a tad bit, a little too far for the wide receiver just to catch it. Maybe Will should have took it himself just to get the score.
.5:14 left to go in the first half. And we don't have an exact scoring update for you, but as far as we know right now, Franklin Christian scored a field goal from 30 yards out at the end of their first offensive drive in Franklin, hosting the Golden Eagles. Believe that score is at 3-0 unless we get any other major updates from there. But very apt, because we're about to see a Southern Prep field goal on a 4th and goal. And with the snap, set, kick, it is no good. It is blocked. And, you know, with the field goal being blocked, waiting on the signal here, I believe with the field goal being blocked, I believe you can return that when it's blocked. I know at least in the varsity level you can. I don't know about high school. So I believe it's Southern Prep recovering it, is because they just tossed another game ball over. Is that? I don't know if that's Southern Prep's ball.
No, this turnover is on downs. They're giving it to, yep.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to give it to Calhoun County with the confusion. Yeah, when it's a blocked field goal, you can return it. It's just Calhoun forgetting their basics in the rule book there.
Well, the refs were yelling out. I mean, the coaches were out there yelling, grab the ball, grab the ball. I guess the kids just didn't really think about it.
Yeah. It's ruling in favor of the Cougars. So with that, Coach Bell talking it over with the referee as well. Having a discussion about the rule interpretation there, more than likely. Yeah, so I don't think the whistle should have been blown on that. That's probably what Coach Bell is discussing. The whistle shouldn't have been blown on that call. And it should have been a return attempt by Calhoun County, or at least try to pick up the ball. Because I think the only way it would have gone back to Southern Prep is if Calhoun County had touched the ball or fumbled it on the return. So regardless, of course, with the Fighting Rangers recovering it after the block, it's still turnover on downs. But Yeah, that's at least what Coach Bell was trying to get the rule interpretation on, more than likely. 5:16 left to go in the first half, as the Cougars will have a carry to the right side by Quincy Edwards. Takes several Southern Prep defenders to bring him down with a gain of about 7 yards.
And Spencer, I think James has a scoring update, a special one at that.
Well, I think I may have stolen James's thunder a little bit because I saw the Twitter DM beforehand. But go ahead, James.
Well, the DM doesn't tell the entire story.
Sure.
The current score in the first quarter, it's Franklin Christian 10, Grace Baptist nothing. FCA has put a touchdown and a field goal on the board, 30-yard field goal at that.
And remember, if Franklin Christian wins that contest, if they win the contest this evening against Grace Baptist, they force a 3-way coin toss in the TSIAA for seeding. As this is carried by Dwan Inoker to the right side for a first down, gets to about the 36-yard line.
And that's what Campbell County needs, just get this offense going and just do whatever you can to get past this Southern Prep defense. They've been rough to get past, but not hard to get through.
They move the chains. It'll be a first down. Looks like the runner got out of bounds on that. So 1st and 10 as the Cougars march it down the field. Handoff, carry by Edwards. Quincy Edwards trying to get past the leg wrap up from the defender. He'll get a gain of about 4.
And good leg wrap up. Way to just hold him there. It just until he just feels like he can't go nowhere, just takes it down and goes on to the next.
Southern Prep's defense only allowing 1 touchdown so far, no 2-point conversions. Fighting Rangers trying to stand strong in the secondary. Here's a 2nd and 6. And the fake, it's kept by Jenkins. Tony Jenkins to the left side is brought down for a gain of 1 yard, brings up about 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like Jenkins might have wanted to give that one up, as number 7 had a nice little running lane just to get the touchdown, honestly, if no one was there to stop him.
Tackle, I believe we credited on the stat sheet to Bennett Kilpatrick as he got in contact there. Now a 3rd down and 5 for the Cougars with under 3 minutes left to go in the first half. And remember, the Cougars will receive for the second half. So important for them to get a touchdown here. Now a 3rd down and 5. This one to the right side, Edwards. Quincy Edwards, tackle not made there. Edwards for the first down. How about a little bit more from Quincy Edwards? Finally brought down from behind by Kilpatrick. A touchdown saving tackle, but Quincy Edwards marching it down the field.
Exactly, look at him. Just give him the ball, just get out the way. Great fight in the trenches, give him a nice hole to get that first down and even more.
Gets him deep inside Southern Prep's territory. Spotted on about the 27-yard line. And now Calhoun County starting to fire on all cylinders. Here's a 1st and 10. Whistles there, likely a false start. And yep, false start on the offense, so 1st and 15 coming up. It's been very much penalty after penalty against the Cougars. Maybe 1 penalty on the night so far for Southern Prep. Shows the discipline that military academy has of their players.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're much harder on their practices as well.
Of course, Coach Bell talked with us about it when we interviewed him on Extreme Talk earlier in the year. They only have, I believe it's 1 hour of practice per day is limited to that, and they have to time it perfectly. And of course, nobody can be late to it. They have to do fast drills every time to be able to get the maximum amount of practice in for their players. And the record shows that they put it to good use as Dwan Anoker, touchdown. Dwan Anoker pulling around, weaving through, and he's got 6 points for Calhoun County.
Pulling and weaving, moving and weaving. Boy, he was moving like Reggie Bush, just juking everybody that was in his way, just enough to get that touchdown.
And now on senior night, Calhoun County has taken the lead thus far against Southern Prep, 5-1 on the year. They've had a mixture of 11-man and 8-man games, trying to prevent their second loss of the year from coming on senior night. So 2-point conversion attempt here for Calhoun County. As this one will be kept by Edwards. Quincy Edwards looking, trying to get to the goal line. He'll be stopped short. Stopped short of the goal line, and 2-point conversion is no good. Cougars wanting it to be good, but it's ruled short, no good. 12-7. Southern Prep down by 5 on senior night as we approach halftime. Twelve to 7 right now, 1:38 left to go in the second quarter as the Cougars get a little squib onside kick there and immediately falling on at the 48-yard line. Good effort by the Fighting Rangers, the star on defense of Artheo Rindler, getting the ball there at midfield. So now the Fighting Rangers get back to work. Minute 37 seconds for the Fighting Rangers to work with again for Southern Prep. They do not receive the ball for the second half, so this defensive stop here crucial for the Cougars to make. They give good field advantage to the Fighting Rangers on the 48-yard line.
I don't know why they just didn't kick it off, give them bad field advantage, but
Calhoun, that's their first time out of the half.
First time out of the half for Calhoun County. 1:37 left to go in first half. .137 remaining in the first half.
Defense might want to watch for Wolf. This is his time probably to throw that ball. Showing what he's made of.
Wolf, quick toss, catch made. Good reception for a gain of about 7 or 8 yards as the helmet comes off of Anoker, but a great reception by Evan Cole.
And the problem was for number 11, he was trying to do a little hit stick. You got to wrap him up and tackle him down.
And Southern Prep's got to hurry. They do have a sense of urgency here as Wolf looks, toss, incomplete. At least it stops the clock there. Pass intended for Hinderlitter.
Again, all the wideouts got to be ready. I know that was tight coverage, but always got to get those hands ready. Be ready to get contact. This is football.
Brings up now a 3rd down and 4. And Southern Prep, of course, they have 2 timeouts to work with. Still trying to at least conserve those so they can march it down the field. So right now on the 42-yard line. Wolf, alone in the shotgun, under pressure, is going to air it out to the left side, incomplete. And Southern Prep wanting a pass interference flag there as Ernest Moore was trying to go outside.
Yeah, but he tripped over himself. You can't do it. You can't get mad at the refs for that. You did that, not them.
Now Southern Prep on a 4th down and 4. Likely they'll go for it here. This offense coordinated by Patrick Reeves. Now a 4th down and 4. Just need 4 yards to extend it here. Wolf not alone in the shotgun. They'll just keep it over to Ernest Moore, the 1st down. And how about a little bit more? Ernest Moore cutting through the tackles, trying to spin out another one. Still on his feet. Tried to tiptoe the sideline, but a 1st and goal.
And that's how you capitalize on offense. But the sad, tragic thing is you got a flag.
And likely it's going to be a holding call in the backfield is going to come back. See if we can get the call from our official. Likely this is going to be brought back from the spot of the foul. 53 seconds left. .4. Believe they are going to adjust the clock here. 1 minute and 6 seconds. And not sure if we're going to get a penalty announcement here.
That was a personal foul, blindside block on the offense. Still 1st down.
So personal foul on the offense, and we've chop block a blindside block, so they move it back. So it'll be a 1st down from about the 36-yard line. 1:06 for Southern Prep to work with. A little bit of time off with that play, and whistle's dead. I believe the chains were not set for the play. Took off 2 seconds with that play. And Southern Prep trying to score before they give it back to Calhoun County. 1st and 10. Scramble by Wolf. He's got space to run. Here's Wolf trying to get inside the 10. Gets to maybe about the 11-yard line. And a great gain for Owen Wolf.
Smart move by Owen Wolf. He felt the pressure, and he just took off. And he got some good yardage, and now the Cougars are going to have a tough
Southern
time.
Prep, that's their second one of the half.
Second charge time out of the half for Southern Prep with 52.3 to go. And one more stoppage left for Southern Prep to try and get as you hear this crowd getting hyped up here in Camp Hill. Brendan, you've got now a 1st and 10 on about the 11-yard line. Close situation here for Coach Bell and company. And it's Patrick Reeves' offense. Their mind is thinking score. The question is, who do they give it to?
Well, you keep in your quarterback for Wolf. He's been doing a great job so far. Why not just give it to him? And maybe try to fit in a little play for Moore, maybe a little trick play or something.
See if they can get that going on a 1st and 10, not a 1st and goal. Actually, I believe they do call it a 1st and goal. They just have one of the other chains up, even though they could just set it down. Yep, 1st and goal on the 10-yard line. Wolf, toss, incomplete. Took a few seconds off the clock, but incomplete pass on the left side.
Yeah, I think Coach took my advice because he kept it in Wolf's hand and was about to give it to Moore on the screen. That would have been a perfect play because there was nothing but green grass in front of him, but that defense was just able to block it off.
Wolf is trying to keep it up the middle, and the defensive line of the Cougars read that all day.
Just a nose tackle, able to make a quick adjustment as he saw Wolf just start to take off and just grabbed him as fast as he could.
And Coach Bell has one more stoppage, opting not to use it with 30 seconds left. Wolf across the middle. The catch is made by Garrett Peebles, and time called, 23 seconds. Got the timeout in, it got the stoppage, and Coach Bell using his final timeout of the half, 23.4, and this ball, I believe, on the 5-yard line.
Prep, that's their third of the half.
Well, once again, we got the halftime report coming up, the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report. Should be interesting with all the scoring updates we have from around the Southeast. How about that? How about that FCA Grace Baptist game for Franklin Christian to go up by 10 to start off the contest?
What did I tell y'all, man? Just those players were listening, and now look at them, 10-zip. Just keep eye on that game, boys.
That's what's been the case so far. Right now, 17-8 on that game, actually. Grace has started to fight back. Of course, James will give us some other scoring updates later on. But 23.4 here in Camp Hill, Alabama on a 3rd and goal. They keep it to Ernest Moore, who's got space, and the touchdown.
Great run in by Ernest Moore. Where you just get that ball and just find your way in. Pass it on the side and just walk it in.
And you heard the cannons going off anytime a touchdown is scored. Similar to Tampa Bay with the pirate ship. As you saw in the replay there, Ernest Moore was cut abruptly short on the replay there, but Ernest Moore going to the left side and got a touchdown there. We'll see an extra point attempt from Southern Prep's Gabe Weaver, the second-year senior from Memphis, Tennessee. 15.9 left to go as this is up, and it is good. 14-12, Southern Prep leads by 2. Calhoun County, they have all 3 of their timeouts. As you see the kick here, it's perfect, almost blocked there by Calhoun County. And now a 2-point lead. Southern Prep will try to shut it down going into halftime. Maybe a squib kick to take some more time off the clock. Of course, Calhoun County does have they have 2 timeouts that they can use. And we'll see if the Cougars try anything here at Ranger Field.
I doubt they will. Just take it to the half. You getting the ball back in the second half and just score then. Just figure out a different game plan.
"15 seconds, second quarter." This one will just be an onside kick as it is touched and recovered. Good awareness, could have been dangerous, as that does not take any time off of the clock there, 15 seconds. But you'll see the onside kick attempt there, and it's recovered. A little bit of drama there from Lonnie Grant.
Yeah, Grant try to scoop it and go, but that's kind of dangerous on the onside kick because you don't know how that ball's going to bounce. It's going to bounce off your chest, and then you're just leaving the kicking team option to get it back and maybe score again.
Correction, it was either Lonnie Grant or Roderick Craddock, one of the two who got first contact. And now the ball at the 45-yard line, and with 15.3 seconds, chance for Calhoun County to go up, especially when they get the ball back in the second half. 15 seconds to work with. Scramble, they'll just hand it off to Quincy Edwards, who's got some space. Quincy Edwards to the left side, touchdown!
And what a play by the Cougars, just able to get a run play off. Quincy Edwards with the patience of just knowing where his blocking scheme is and just running it out and just getting that touchdown.
So now 18-14 right now. Chance for it to be a 20-14 contest, pending the 2-point conversion. We got ourselves a close game here in Camp Hill, Alabama.
Absolutely. This is going to be a great game. Seems like both Cougars and the Rangers are out here to play tonight.
Two-point conversion attempt. Low snap there, picked up and just fallen on. Two-point conversion is no good. 5 seconds left in the first half, as you'll see the missed snap here on the replay. It's now a 4-point contest here in Camp Hill. And that was very much needed for Calhoun County, especially with the way the Southern Prep defense has stood strong for the most part. They've only allowed 3 touchdowns, no successful 2-point conversions for Calhoun County so far.
But if you can just keep scoring and keep these Rangers out of the end zone, I think you should be okay and get this dub and ruin the senior night.
That's the task that the Cougars have ahead, but the Fighting Rangers, I believe they've used all of their timeouts, so likely wouldn't toss it down the field. This will be booted deep and be picked up for a return. And stiff arm there, a possible kickoff return by Ernest Moore. What a response from Southern Prep, and to end the first half, a kickoff return for a touchdown.
And yep, maybe you shouldn't have kicked it to Moore that time. You know, sometimes the squib kick is better than a kickoff. Special teams having problems stopping the return.
Down the sideline, right on cue. I think they know who not to target on kickoffs anymore.
Absolutely.
It's just like the Tennessee School for the Deaf Vikings, 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns that were had by one of their star players. Name's slipping my mind, I apologize. But he had 2 kickoff returns for a touchdown in that contest against Lighthouse Christian School. And You just don't kick it to him, as it looks like for the Cougars, from their kicking team, it looks like Jaden Ellis is shaken up, back on his own feet and heading to the sideline. But for Southern Prep, going to make it a 21-18 contest as they head into the locker room. Likely they'll just kick it and follow where the ball goes, because you see that little white roof there. That's their field house. And whistles blown there. I believe some movement prior.
Yeah, I think we had a little quick jumper on the Cougar side.
No penalty call yet. Not seeing any signal. Looks like it was on the Cougars. That was called on the Cougars there, and we'll see a PAT reattempted. Just moved half the distance to the goal, so about to the 1 yard line. And there, instead of a 2-point conversion, they'll go for 2 this close. Ernest Moore again, almost untouched, and make that 22-18 a 6-point lead, as you see the replay here. 22-18 at the end of the first half. Southern Prep leading on senior night. Calhoun County gets the ball to start out the second half. We'll be back in a few moments for the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report on the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. will be available for purchase pretty soon, so be sure to contact 8-Man Extreme on any of our social media platforms for that. But James, we're at halftime here. There's some other games that have gone to halftime around the Southeast. What's the latest scoring updates?
At halftime, you've got Cannon County High School 27, Tennessee Heat 6. In the first quarter, of course, that game started late because of the middle school game before it. Grace has the ball right now, but the current score in the first quarter is FCA 17, Grace Baptist 8. You have Lighthouse Homeschool Warriors leading Tabernacle 18-8 at halftime, and Christian Community 30. Lighthouse Christian nothing at halftime as well.
Yeah, a lot of close scores around. Again, that three-way coin toss potentially being forced for the TSI AA South seedings. But at least here, no seedings on the line, but senior night is on the line for Southern Prep Academy, 22-18. The score here got about 6 minutes or so. Actually, make that about under 10 minutes left to go until the end of the halftime intermission. We'll see you for the second half in just a few moments. All right. What's up, Brendan? What's up, Brendan? Thank you for watching the Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling halftime report as we get into the final 24 minutes of regulation here in Camp Hill, Alabama. Calhoun County High School receives the second half kickoff. The Cougars will go on offense against the defense of the Southern Preparatory Academy Fighting Rangers. This one booted away, and it'll be returned to the right side, and tripping up on his own feet is Darnell Nosher. Spencer Thompson, Brendan Daniel, alongside our executive director for the day, Audrey Green, as well as James Shannon on site, and Jerry Jr. on the sideline. Proud to bring the action here from Camp Hill, Alabama. For the first time, great hospitality from Southern Prep Academy. A lot of great football that we've seen thus far, great atmosphere, and it certainly feels nice to travel this far and come out and see a good game instead of a one-sided contest, as we're seeing right now. Close game with Southern Prep leading as their defense tries to get a stand against the Cougars. Whistles being blown there, and a timeout finally called. This timeout finally called by Calhoun County with just 5 seconds into the second half. That'll likely come back to bite them. Yeah, you were saying, Brandon?
Yeah, that was probably a miscommunication on the offense to try to figure out what was all going on. And, of course, they got to have to burn a timeout, and refs didn't see it. Luckily, the refs saw it, or else that had been a penalty on the Cougars, of course.
Perfect time to remind you that the Kingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week is sponsored by Kingdom.com, the ministry technology providers. You see the split screen there. Great work by our producer, executive director, Audrey Green. Also sponsored by Crumble Cookies. Enjoy to every last crumb. And by Iceberg Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Services for every season. On the first offensive play of the second half, we'll see Calhoun County just snap it and hand it off to Quincy Edwards, who's got space. Quincy Edwards, so skilled, so magnificent, gets into the end zone. A touchdown to start off the second half.
Just a nice waltz in, and he's just dodging everybody. There's no one to cover him. He's just walking into the end zone.
You talk about teams that have key athletes they lean on. You already know Quincy Edwards is the one they've likely been leaning on the entire season.
Absolutely, and it's showing. And expect us to call his name even more and possibly be the player of the game if the Cougars can win out the game.
Depends on how Southern Prep fights back here. They got a tough road to climb here, or at least the Fighting Rangers do if they want to make it back in this game. Down by 2 on senior night. Potentially down by 4. This one handed off to the right side, trying to get 2 barrels in towards the goal line. Great carry by the big lineman in Jaquan Thompson.
And way to use the big man just to get that 2 points, as he just good height, good snap. He takes it from him and just finds that gap and just runs in.
26-22, Calhoun County leads by their first 2-point, by 4, and their first 2-point conversion of the evening. Look at that beautiful 8 logo on the field right where they're going to kick it off to start the new set of downs for Southern Prep, as it's bobbled and fallen on at about the 32-yard line. Again, great hospitality from Southern Prep and Camp Hill with putting the 8 logo on the 40-yard hash marks. And close game here. We got some other close games going around the Southeast, so we go back to James Shannon.
Spencer, them putting the logo on the field is actually pretty cool. It's the second time it's happened, but
What was
very,
the first
very
time?
cool. Last year we predicted a school's record. They put our logo on the field. So
That's right.
at halftime, FCA put a field goal on the board, and at halftime they lead Grace Baptist 20-14. Also in the third quarter, Tabernacle Christian, again CFA team, playing Lighthouse Homeschool. Lighthouse Homeschool leads 26-14. At the half, it's still CCS 30, Lighthouse nothing, and in the third quarter, Cannon County 27, Heat 6.
Some big playoff implications in terms of the NHSA bracket. Aired out to the right side. It's an interception. And Calhoun County gets the pick. Quincy Edwards has still got the ball, trying to weave through the defense. It gets brought down to the 40-yard line. Not something you see often from Owen Wolf, and that's an interception.
And like we said we were going to call his name again. Perfect interception, and nice try to get that run back for a score.
And what a turn of events, a touchdown to start off. A touchdown on the first offensive play of the second half from Calhoun County, and now got the ball back after interception and a chance to do some more damage here on senior night, unless the Southern Prep defense can step up their game. 1st and 10, Calhoun County with the handoff. It's carried to the left side. This one, Jaden Ellis, who was a little slow to get up after the kickoff return for a touchdown at the end of the first half. It's back into the game with a carry, and it's a gain of about 4 yards.
And way to be patient with those holes, wait till the gap to get open, and just running through that defense.
And I believe there was a timeout called by Southern Prep. Having a discussion with the side official. It's a penalty, actually, so we got a flag down. So a holding call, I believe, against the offense. Waiting on if we get the announcement here. They're talking it over with the officials. And there's been a lot of discussions tonight from the officiating department. A lot of discussions, trying to make sure they get the right call. A lot of talking things over.
If you need to talk this much, I mean, maybe call the penalty off.
Looks like a holding call against the offense, and doesn't look like we got the announcement there. Maybe
That's holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
there we go. It takes a little bit for some of these referees when they haven't interacted with us before to get used to the new lapel system, but they're doing pretty well. First, make that actually a first down and 15. Down indicator was trying to make the decision on that. First down and about 17. As this is in the backfield, it's directly snapped to Jaden Ellis, and he's still on his feet. Cuts out a tackle. Jaden Ellis weaving through Southern Prep's defense, and we'll make it now a 3rd down and 6.
And again, Jaden Ellis just able to be patient and wait for those blockers to come through. He's making tacklers miss, and he's just getting to the right field position to give them close to that first down.
Makes it now a 2nd down and 6 for this Calhoun County offense. Again, they lead by 4, trying to go up by 10. They're now in Fighting Rangers territory. Southern Prep on senior night, trying to get things going. 2nd and 6. Scramble by Jenkins as he's finally brought down by the defense of Southern Prep, and in company on that tackle will be credited as a sack to, looks like Fugate and Hinderlitter.
And that's nice containment by the defense and wait for those boys to be there right on time just to get that sack in the quarterback, because he had nothing. I believe he had a player wide open if he was going for a pass.
But the loss on the play, it does bring up a 3rd down and 12. Maybe the play that needs to get the defense fired up, exactly what they needed. There's now a 3rd and 11. High snap, exactly what was needed. And Southern Prep forces it to a 4th and out on the 45-yard line.
You just hate to see it again. The missnaps, it's causing issues everywhere, no matter where we are, Tennessee or Alabama. And looks like the Senators are going to have to get that together if they're going to win this game out.
Make that a 4th down and about a quarter of the field. Exactly a quarter of the field. And this will be punted away by Jaquan Timpson. As it's another missed snap, Timpson gets it off before it's blocked. And for what situation he was put in, decent punt that goes to about the 35-yard line. The Southern Prep offense will get back to work. Brings us to 8:03 left to go in the 3rd. Chance for Southern Prep as hear the fans cheering on the offense, including Owen Wolf, who had that interception on the last drive. Fortunately, did not cost them severely, and now Southern Prep has got to bounce back.
Absolutely. You guys go for the score on this one. Get back in this game and maybe even go up by 2 even more.
First things first for the Fighting Rangers, they have to at least go up in this game. Lead changes have been back and forth throughout the evening. And with motion, Wolf, the low snap into his shins, is going to keep it on the run to the left side. Owen Wolf is going to be brought down at about the 44-yard line. And he'll get a gain of about 7 yards. Looks like the chain gang was a little bit enthusiastic there, as it's now a 2nd down and 3.
And as you see on the replay, Wolf just able, even though he lost that snap, he's able to scoop it up and just run with it. Great awareness by Wolf.
The senior looking to reunite with his home state in Florida. Not just a win tonight, but with pushing through the rest of the season. Ranked 12th. Fighting Rangers ranked the NHSA at 12. Pass to the right side to Peebles. Garrett Peebles to get the first down, and how about a little bit more? It's Peebles will be forced out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
And number 65 almost blocked that throw, but luckily it got through. Peoples was able to get that first down.
And this offense coordinated by Patrick Reeves. Every member of the coaching staff, their hometown, is only shared between 4 cities. Two hometowns of Auburn, 2 from Notasulga, as Ernest Moore doing what he's special at as the fog kind of settles in on the field as he gets down into the thicket of the fog at the 30-yard line.
And great running, way to just wait for your blockers on that one right here, just able to wait and just keep going.
And that'll move the chains for a first down. Again, the coaching staff for Southern Prep, 2 from Auburn, 2 from Notasulga, 1 from Dadeville, and 1 from Woodland. Coach Bell from Dadeville, Alabama. So here's Wolf. Scramble, has got some space again. Finds the opening and gets a gain of about 5 yards. It's brought down by Enosher.
And a great tackle by Enosher, just 1-on-1, him and Wolf, but also great running movement by Wolf just to see nothing but green grass and just take off.
Halfway through the third quarter, 2nd and 5. Wolf is going to lob it behind Ernest Moore. Ernest Moore to the left side has got space. Ernest Moore inside the 5.
Great run and great blocking by the offense. Just able for Moore to get untouched and just able to get that first down and get close to the goal line.
Now leads us to a 1st and goal as they'll spot it right on the 5-yard line. Hand off to Moore. Moore weaving through, trying to get in, and he's brought down from behind. The 2-point conversion maker, Jaquan Timpson, brings down Moore in the backfield. As you see on the replay here, tried to get through and not much they could do. As you see already the fog settling in on the field. Again, here in Camp Hill, Alabama. Perfect weather for football, 67 right now. And clear skies as it goes to the right side. Ernest Moore again is brought down by the defense. Just seems like every move that the Fighting Rangers are making on this drive, there's an answer given by the Cougars.
And Moore is trying to plead his deal to the ref, or maybe a little horse call, but sometimes that defensive player is just able to get him from behind without even getting in that horse collar. Just grab him by the shoulder of his pads.
Again, with all these run plays going on for Southern Prep, the time is winding down. They've still got plenty of time, all their timeouts. Just over 4 minutes left to go in the third.
Oh, and there's a flag on the play as well.
Looks like we have a penalty.
Personal foul, blindside block on the defense.
Called against Calhoun County.
I think the ref messed up that call. It's on Southern Prep.
Yep, on Southern Prep. Wolf on a 2nd and goal gets the toss out to Ernest Moore. He's immediately thrown down by Erickton Dennison.
Smart move for Wolf just to get off that ball, but defense was ready for more, and they got him down where he needs to be.
So a 3rd down and goal that is on the 18-yard line. Southern Prep offense. Ball snapped as Wolf will toss it. Ernest Moore again, his main target. Ernest Moore, can he get in this time? To the edge, cuts in, touchdown. Southern Prep is on top.
Well, the perfect call from the screenplay. Number 2 on the defense was right there. I don't know why he didn't even just go towards Moore or try to get an interception, but he saw the play happen right in front of him and just decided to do nothing.
Southern Prep by a 2-point conversion leads on senior night. Trying to make them go up by 4. Leave it to Southern Prep to keep things interesting late in the 3rd.
Well, that's what we suspected out of them. Even though they have an hour practice, I mean, for you to have an hour practice and still have the record that you have, you must be doing great.
And trying to go in for the 2-point conversion attempt. It is good. Diving for the goal line. 30-26 with about 4:05 left to go in the 3rd. Southern Prep has taken back the lead by 4. (30-26). Southern Prep took back the lead. As it's an onside kick attempt from the Fighting Rangers, and this will be attempting the return. Not much for Timpson to do. Got wrapped up by several Southern Prep players. Now we'll see if Calhoun County can respond to the Southern Prep score. They marched it down the field about 50, 60 yards.
I think we already know what the play is. Give it to your star athlete. Just let them run it up.
More than likely. Haven't tried anything deviating from the norm too much as it's tripped up and loose and picked up. It actually looked like the ball went off of the foot of Ellis. He was in motion, tipped off of his ankle.
Yeah, that's kind of where the motion guy has to watch out for the ball, but also the center has to see exactly where the motion guy is and try to snap it past him just enough to get it to that quarterback.
Brings up a 2nd and 14 with the loss. See, they don't try to execute that same play. Maybe from the other side, snap it beforehand. It's given off. Here goes Enosher, Dewan Enosher, to the left side. He's got a gain of about 6 or 7 yards. And there's a fight breaking out on the far sideline there. And several flags flying, rightfully so. And Coach Bell shouting, of course, get over here to talk to his guys, keep them disciplined.
And that's either going to be a penalty on the Rangers or the Cougars, or maybe both.
Looked like Garrett Peebles had his helmet off. And the officials are going to take a long time to discuss this, but especially on senior night is where emotions are running high.
Unsportsmanlike foul on both teams. Penalties cancel. Third down.
So they'll enforce it on both. Guess they didn't catch who was the instigator.
Absolutely. That was a great call by the refs. Just take both on accountability, because it looks like both guys were just talking smack, and it's a high night. It's a big game, and both teams are ready to play.
And I believe those penalties, because they were dead ball, of course they still offset, but because of it being being after the play occurred, now on the 40-yard line. Second and 5. Excuse me, 3rd and 5 as they corrected it on the down indicator. 3rd and 5, a high snap and pass over left side. The catch is made, and Calhoun County star Quincy Edwards yet again tripped up as he dives for the goal line, gets the touchdown.
Again, give it to your star player as they bring up this replay right here. Just able to give them that screenplay and let Quincy do the rest.
We do have a flag down on the near side. There is a player injured for Calhoun County, and it's going to be brought back as a holding on the offense. The officials are talking about it here, as they're, of course, taking a knee for the injured Cougar. And, yep, the referee signaling for them to come back. And Coach Bell heading over to make sure the player's okay. See, looks like the training staff also looking over at the fallen Cougar. Looks like it may be more serious with him down at the 40-yard line. With that flag, there is a flag. They'll look at him, and we will step aside for an injury timeout. So the camera off, not focusing right now, but it's Jaden Ellis who is injured. They did bring over the medical trainer on site for Southern Preparatory Academy, and at least from the distance, it looked like Jaden Ellis was punching the ground and in a lot of pain. So he's definitely not going to come back in tonight's contest. Can't speculate on what the injury is, but we could tell, at least from looking over here, it looks very, very severe. But at least for now, while that is happening, we will check in with James Shannon for a scoring update.
Guys, in the third quarter, FCA scored another touchdown. They now lead Grace Baptist 27-14. In the fourth quarter, Lighthouse Homeschool Warriors tied with Tabernacle Christian at 26. Fourth quarter, Christian Community leads Lighthouse Christian 38-0. And in the third quarter, Cannon County leads the Tennessee Heat 41-6.
Thank you, James. Looks like Cannon County taking care of business against the Tennessee Heat. And as for Christian Community, Coach Flanders was right in his post-game interview where he mentioned that he was going to treat Lighthouse with respect as they still, of course, 36-0 in that contest. It looks like Jaden Ellis, that's a good sight, back on his feet, and the camera not focusing on him right now, but he is being carried off by the medical staff, and he's going to be looked at. As you can see that from about the 50-yard line, that happening right now. Coach Bell talking it over with the officials, and wishing all the best for Jaden Ellis with whatever injury he has. The officials, they did throw a flag, I believe, for still holding on the offense. Of course, no penalty announcement on that yet. Coach Bell just discussing with the officials during this timeout. And in about the span of the last several minutes of the game, Brennan, it's been, a fight breaking out on the right on Calhoun County side. It's been an injury now for one of the Cougar players, and it's senior night is turning out to be a lot more than just a night to honor the seniors.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a fun night. This game's heating up. It's been very close. Both sides are getting their all to win this game. And as you can see with the fight breaking out, I mean, I don't want to say, that the hotheads out here it just happened to happen. But sometimes when games like this, you just get in the moment of the game and that competitive fuel just comes out and one guy just says one thing and you just want to throw hands.
Yeah, it is competitive here at Southern Prep, and glad we're here for the action tonight. A lot of good games going around the Southeast, but glad we're here in Camp Hill, Alabama.
This is the best one so far. I'm sure that FCA and Grace Baptist is a great game to watch, but this one, boy, this is for the books.
As they will wind the clock, and they will not announce the penalty there, but it was holding on the offense, so it is a 1st and 10 from the 47, about 48-yard line. Has the clock's still running, but yeah, I believe it's 4th down. They probably talk with their side official on that. Yeah, no signal or anything. It looks like they may have just lost track of the down.
This one might be on the refs on this one.
Minute 30 left in the third quarter, and it's still 2nd down apparently. Just going with what the down indicator says, it's 2nd down. There's a scramble and a missed snap in the backfield. Southern Prep gets it. Doesn't matter whether it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th down. The Fighting Rangers have got it back.
And as the quarterback, you got to dive for that ball. You can't just try to scoop it up like that. Dive on it, take the downs, and go on to the next play.
And this has made the crowd come alive at Ranger Field. They start out on offense on their own, in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And now Southern Prep with prime opportunity to take a more dominant lead.
Absolutely, and they'll be looking on to their stars, Wolf and Moore, to do that.
First and 10. Wolf under pressure, tried to get the pass off, batted at the line of scrimmage.
Great awareness by the defensive line just to jump up and block that ball just enough to not let it go forward.
A 2nd and 11, actually a 2nd and 10 coming up. The incomplete pass. Owen Wolf with company in the backfield and flags down. Possibly a delay of game. False start called on the offense.
That's a snap infraction on the center for the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Correction, snap infraction.
First time we heard that one.
Yeah, first time we have heard that one all year. Brings up a 2nd and 15. Lobbed in the backfield, a one-armed grab by Ernest Moore, who's got some space to the left side, cuts out the tackle. Ernest Moore using the other side of the field. Ernest Moore has one man to beat. What a stiff arm to get inside of the red zone.
Again, give it to your star player and get out the way. Let him work. You're just able to move that guy out the way and just get close to the 50. Oh, sorry, he's on the 39, looks like. Or 20.
Inside of the red zone on the 15-yard line. It's okay. There are some advantages to the different vantage points we have. But inside of the red zone, the Fighting Rangers in the expiring seconds of the 3rd quarter trying to pop it in before they switch sides of the field. Lobbed again. Fake. Wolf across the middle. Incomplete. Pass intended for Garrett Peebles.
And defense was able to just get there around time to just block it and not even get the defensive pass interference. I think that corner was a little too early on Peoples.
.3 in this 3rd quarter. Special thank you to all 46 of you watching. Second and 10. Wolf is going to keep it. Trying to find some space. He's got a tackle. Tackled from behind. A big defensive move by Calhoun County's number 8, which we do not have on the roster.
Yeah, that's just Wolf. He's done enough for this team. There's not much else he can do, and he doesn't realize there's a guy behind him. He just gets caught behind.
I beg your pardon. It was actually 6. Erickton Dennison who got the sack from behind. As time expires, 12 minutes remain in the contest. Southern Prep on senior night leads by 4, heading into the 4th. 12 minutes remaining in regulation. Thank you to all 46 of you watching thekingdom.com Extreme Game of the Week. Spencer Thompson alongside Brendan Daniel. Our executive director today, Audrey Green, James Shannon helping supervise, and Jerry Jr. running the show from the field, or at least with the field camera here at Ranger Field as Wolf is under pressure. He's looking for the pass. He's going to find the end zone a little bit too ambitious as he overthrew his intended target. What was 3rd and goal is now going to be 4th and goal, but we do have a flag at the line of scrimmage. Do have a flag here. And doesn't look like Calhoun County is liking what the call is going to be. Or actually, I believe the head official asking coach what he wants to do. Yeah, it's a penalty against Southern Prep, asking the coach if he wants to decline it. And looks like he will.
Ineligible receiver downfield. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
They decline that and brings up a 4th down and goal for Southern Prep. As, again, trying to increase their lead and gain more control in Camp Hill, Alabama. So it's a 4th down and 10 on the 16-yard line. No completed passes on this new set of downs, or since they had Ernest Moore with that incredible rush. Fourth down and 10. Wolf scrambling. He's looking right side to the end zone. It's intercepted. Wolf's 2nd pick of the night. And this ball intercepted by, I believe it was Dewan Enosher, either him or Erickton Dennison. But regardless, it's an interception and just what Calhoun County needed.
Exactly. Wolf's just out here just relying on his arm a little bit too much, and it's not perfect. He tried to float that up just above the corner, but the corner was just too tall, and perfect jumping interception for him.
So now a forced turnover through the interception, and here goes Calhoun County. Got a long way to march down the field. They start on their own 9-yard line. Hand off on the backside. This one actually kept by Jenkins. Here's Jenkins getting a lot of room to go all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Way too smart to keep that ball in his hands and just follow his lead blocker as he's just fighting through the defense and is not stopping until he gets more and more yardage.
Tell you, Calhoun County, for the lack of statistics we got, the lack of information on their players, whether they're juniors, seniors, or any of those things, it's been pretty impressive. Maybe a reason why they don't share their stats or anything, because they don't want other teams to know who their stars are. But once the game goes, pretty much have figured it out. As you see one of their stars, Quincy Edwards, to the right side. He's chased down by the Southern Prep defense. Only a carry of about limited to 5 yards on that play.
Absolutely, and with the big guy down here, I thought they might have done a little screenplay for him almost.
Biggest factor you have coming into this now is that the time is of the essence. Of course, Coach Bell has all 3 of his timeouts to use, but if Calhoun County keeps running down the clock as they usually have, just keeps running down, Cougars can get a score and make it really difficult for Southern Prep to march it back down. And with motion, the ball loose again. It's been an issue throughout the game, and slipping, as James would say, the turf monster got to Southern Prep, got to the benefit of Southern Prep, and it got to Tony Jenkins there.
Yeah, both centers are going to have a hard time in practice with all these missed snaps going on, and they're going to have to figure it out. They're going to win this game. They're running down the clock, but it's not helping when you're just down on your luck.
This brings it to a 3rd down and 15, where previously that's 2nd and 5. So there's going to be a lot of talk in practice for Calhoun County about maybe a changing of the guard at the starting center position. And with motion, a high snap there. This one handed off to Edwards. Quincy Edwards to the left side, trying to weave through this defense. Finally takes about 4 or 5 players to bring him down. And a 4th and out forced by Southern Prep.
Just way to get back to the right back where you were. Now here's the tough decision. Do you go for it or do you punt it?
It's tough, especially on the 37-yard line. It's a 4th and 7. So, Brendan, put on your coaching cap. You think you go for it in this situation?
Absolutely. You try to go for it. Just at least try to get the first down. Don't try to do too much. And here we go. Give it to your star running back.
And they do opt for it to go there. And it's a mishandled snap there. Loose in the backfield. Finally fallen on. I believe Southern Prep recovered the fumble. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. But on the 25-yard line, Southern Prep comes up with the ball. A great fumble recovery by Theo Rindler.
And again, this is on your quarterback. He's not diving to get the ball. He's trying to scoop it and try to do a play. Stop trying to be a hero. Just dive on that ball and take that loss.
So now Southern Prep with amazing field advantage. They hand it off to Moore. Ernest Moore has got space on the right side, avoiding all tackles as he usually does. Ernest Moore trying to get past the last guy. How many tackles can this man spin out? Gets down to the 12-yard line in the red zone. Looks like we've got a Cougar down, but Ernest Moore, as you see on the replay, my goodness, what a performance from the second-year senior out of Birmingham.
He's just able to dodge everybody and make everybody miss. What a great run by Moore.
And with that, there is an injury timeout on the field. One of the players for Calhoun County looks like they're down, so we will step aside for an injury timeout. About 8:18 left to go in the game. .818 left to go in the game as they do wind the clock. And Southern Prep on a 1st and 9 as I believe there was a flag there as Ernest Moore. Doesn't matter as Ernest Moore gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Looked like there was an offsides from the Cougars, but doesn't matter. It's another 6 points for Southern Prep.
Yeah, it looks like they had a defensive guy coming in a little bit too late and trying to run in. They might as well just took the numbers penalty.
Looks like it's going to be brought back, waiting on the signal from the official. Looks like a penalty.
That's holding on the offense. Bring it back to the line of scrimmage. 10 yards back, first down.
So it didn't matter on that. Should have maybe been offsetting penalties because it looked like there was an offsides from Calhoun County. That one player just sprinting over to the other side of the line of scrimmage. But
as a ref, I don't know how you missed that. You're right there on the line. You had to see him just running.
And on this play, ball loose. Did Calhoun County get it? They recovered the football. Loose, and the Cougars get it back.
And Moore has to watch his back on that. He's got to realize maybe there's someone behind you. You got to feel that. And you got to hold on to that ball like a piece of bread. Hold it tight. And that defense player is just able, he saw that ball coming out a little wild and just decided to hit it. Great play on the defensive end.
I believe we may have lost connection temporarily there. We apologize for that in case you missed it. It's a fumble recovery by the Cougars in a crucial time for them to do so, as this ball is now on the 9-yard line in their own territory. Down by 10, actually. That scoreboard is incorrect. It's still 30-26. Got it adjusted on our end. As this carry to the right side, Quincy Edwards again. Dangerous when he gets free.
Foot race.
No wrap up and tackle, and Quincy Edwards for about 90 yards. Touchdown.
And what a great run by Quincy, and a little too much coming from the players on Southern Pride as we get a late flag out here. Thanks number 5 hitting the guy in the back there.
Well, what we do know is that it is currently 26-30 in favor of Southern Prep. Not sure if they're going to bring this back or not.
Foul on the defense. We'll replay first down, half the distance to the goal.
So personal foul. He said it was on the defense. Said on the announcement it was a personal foul on the defense, and because of that, they're replaying first down. Not sure. They're discussing it here, as they should.
I'm a loss of words. I don't even know.
I
only saw one penalty, and it was the guy that pushed the possible blocker on the offense, and then all of a sudden it just came back. I didn't even see a flag back here. I don't know how you call that call and just not give it closer to the red zone or at least halfway there.
You try to give officials the benefit of the doubt for the most part, and you try to trust because they've studied the rule book far more than either of us have in the booth. But in this case, I believe we got an announcement coming up. Maybe? No, it doesn't look like it.
And it looks like they keep scooting them back. So is
They're
it
trying
on the
to,
offense?
yeah, I think they're trying to rearrange the chains. Side official is talking over with the Cougars head coach there. As the clock runs. Well, I'm sure that our film will be provided to some people. As this ball goes back in the end zone, it looks like it's going to be a touchdown. A recovery for a touchdown by Garrett Peebles, the senior. And just like that, Southern Prep has taken the lead.
And you hate to see it happen. Another missed snap, just kicking the Calhoun Cougars in the ball.
Or correction, actually, it is a safety. It's ruled a safety on that, not a touchdown. It's at least what I've, at least from we heard in our. Here we go.
Line.
Thought I may have gotten an announcement there. Didn't catch it in time, but
it was a safety because the ball went in the back end of the end zone, so therefore it's going to be a safety. I'll help out the refs.
Yep, safety there. As now 32-26, exactly what Southern Prep needed to get themselves a touchdown lead, and now with that, it'll be booted away by the Cougars. I can't think of any game really in recent memory where it has been this extensive in questions we've had, or to moments of where we've been scratching our heads. In the 5 years, this is my 5th year, and as I announced earlier, final year, but in my 5th year, this is on the top list of questionable moments. And, you try to be positive as much as you can, as this is being returned by Ernest Moore, trying to go for the touchdown. As he gets past the 50, he's got a few men to beat, tries to spin out the tackle, a touchdown-saving tackle by Jaquan Timpson, as Ernest Moore is stopped for a good return on the kickoff at about the 32-yard line.
It looks like we got another flag. It might be on the kicking team.
So another penalty down. It's been a flag fest throughout the evening. See if we can get a call on this.
Some block in the back on the kick return. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
So block in the back as they do bring this on the return team, so they will bring it back. 5:42 left to go in regulation. Again, stay tuned for the Fairlife Core Power Protein post-game show. Assuming the score holds, Southern Prep Academy's head coach Roland Bell will get a word from him. We'll choose his player of the game. We'll wrap things up and likely give I wonder if James has got any other scoring updates. We haven't heard from him in a little bit, but I'm sure he'll give us some finalized scores in some way, shape, or form. And with 5:42, there's a whistle being blown again. Side official going to discuss the Whitecap. A perfect time. Brendan, see if James has got any scoring updates for us at this point.
He's
looks
checking
like
his
flag.
Palm Pilot. Let's see what he got here.
There's a flag. It looked like there was a flag down and no announcement for it. First and 10. As it's lost by Ernest Moore in the backfield, immediately fell back on it. Great awareness by Ernest Moore. Second and 12 after the mishandled snap there by Ernest Moore. Ernest Moore again is given the ball. No one can wrap up and tackle this senior at all. It's just either tripping him at the feet or it takes 5 or more players to bring him down, and he just brings up another first down past the 40.
It just looks like these players are just trying to arm tackle him. No, get in there, get squared, and get in his chest and tackle him down.
And again, with the time running down, Southern Prep controls the tempo of the game. The Cougars defense, they need a stop in tonight's contest.
Well, and that's the thing. They've made the stops, they made the turnovers. It's just they keep shooting themselves in the foot and not able to score.
Wolf, left side. He's got a first down, but it stops the clock there. Maybe should have tried to stay in bounds, as it looks like there's an official tripped over. Not anything intentional. I think he just collided with one of the players by accident, but back up on his feet. Looks like he's good. A little bit of stride in his step. But a first and 10 after Wolf had that good run inside of the 30-yard line. Again, Patrick Reeves, the offensive coordinator. Jim Keller has done his job for the most part. Of course, the defense allowing 26 points on the night. As we see Southern Prep about 4:27 left to go in the game. And 2 timeouts remaining for Calhoun County. They had to burn that 1 timeout 5 seconds into the first half, and a pitch to Ernest Moore. He slipped on the turf.
Turf monster at it again.
Brings up now about a 2nd down and 20. Excuse me, about a 2nd down and 18. And I think you see part of the strategy here. You know, the question comes for the coaching staff of Calhoun County, when do you call a timeout? And with this, of course, being a 2nd and long, got some good positioning, especially if you could conserve your 2 timeouts as long as possible for when you march down the field. That's the best situation you could put yourself in. But they need a defensive stop here. Try and mount a comeback. Wolf scrambles, brought down from behind. Big defensive play that was very much needed, and it's credited to Roderick Craddock.
And that's how you play defense right there. They covered every single person there. The running back, the wide receivers, everybody, and gave Wolf no other option but to run it himself, but even they were there to stop him.
And more than likely, you'd think that they would call a timeout once this is not converted. If they can stop on the 3rd down or the 1st down, they'll stop the clock. Yeah, no 2-minute warnings in high school football or even college football for that matter. So here's now a 3rd down and 20. And looks like Coach Bell will burn one of his 3 timeouts of the half.
Spence, looks like we got an update from James.
Timeout, offense.
Timeout called by Coach Bell, and perfect timing with 2:51 left to go in the game. Looks like James has got some more scoring updates.
Spencer, we mentioned earlier I mentioned earlier the final from Mount Juliet. It was Cannon County 54, Tennessee Heat 6. The Lighthouse Homeschool Warriors final score, they beat Tabernacle Christian 42-32. The last score I got from Christian Community Lighthouse Christian was CCS up 38-0. That game is over, waiting for a confirmed final score. And in the 4th quarter, it's Franklin Christian 33, Grace Baptist 32.
Oh, it's coming right down to the wire in Franklin. Grace Baptist can mount it back again. If FCA wins that game, 3-way coin toss for seeding in the South. But if Grace Baptist wins, they clinch the #1 seed. And Franklin Christian is forced to travel to South Haven next weekend. But Brendan, I don't know if you heard the score while the headset was off, but that Grace Franklin Christian game coming right down to the wire.
Give me that score again. I did not hear.
33-32 FCA. It's coming down to the wire over in Franklin.
Wish we could have gone to that game.
If only FCA agreed to our coverage guidelines.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
3rd down and 20. A crucial 3rd down conversion needed for Southern Prep to essentially ice the game. Wolf, under pressure, is going to be brought down for a sack. What a move from Roderick Craddock.
And that's exactly what you need out of your defense. Perfect time to stop them. Now see if you can get points on the board and just run out that clock if you can.
And a timeout called by Coach Bell. Stops the clock, or at least there's a time by side official. I don't know if it's potentially with the spotting the ball and if it was down by contact or if it was a fumble recovery, because Coach Bell was arguing that it was
Offside on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So they were talking about a penalty. I don't think you can have offsides on the offense.
Never heard that one
So
before.
on the defense, but regardless, decline there. So 2.5. Looks like Coach Bell and company will punt it away. 4th down unless it's way back. They're going to go for a play here. They're trusting Ernest Moore. Will it pay off? It will not. As they whistle the play dead with forward progress. And a turnover on downs. With 2:14 left to go, Calhoun County has a chance to tie it up.
And that's a big momentum shift for Calhoun County, as they might be able to score. This is the moments to get the Rangers off their heels and just sit there and wonder what's going to happen next. Of course, you're going to rely on your star maybe on this one, but maybe a little trickery will help as well.
You know, Ernest Moore, he's been doing pretty well, but on that last drive, he had a lot of times where he was slipping on the turf and not doing so well. So it's interesting. It's an interesting move by Coach Bell. Thought it would pay off. It didn't in that case, unfortunately. Interesting move on the 40-yard line. But now Calhoun County has a chance. Here goes Quincy Edwards. Goes up for a gain of about 2 yards. And there needs to be a sense of urgency from this Cougars offense, especially with only 2 timeouts.
Absolutely. You got to call no huddle or something at this point. You're under 2 minutes. You got to keep it rolling.
Quincy Edwards a little bit shaken up on that play, too. He's just falling down on the sideline. He's going to have to be looked at by the training staff, which is not someone you want to go out in this situation.
Absolutely not. You really want to rely on him at this moment of time right now. So now it's time for whoever to step up. Next guy up. Come on, figure it out.
And what a game from Camp Hill, Alabama. It's coming right down to this drive. And with motion, it's a high snap and mishandled again, but this time it'll be kept by Tony Jenkins, who's going to get brought down by several Southern Prep players. There's a flag in the backfield. And 117, there's a flag there maybe for a face mask. As we'll get the time called on the field, but penalty as the officials discuss. And I wonder what this flag is.
Timeout. Timeout on the white. We got a face mask right here, which will go back to the line of no. We'll do it from. Where's your pen? You're different.
Yeah, I'm different.
Just trying to discuss it out there. It was a face mask.
It's a timeout white. Timeout white, and we got a face mask penalty on the blue.
Face mask called on Southern Prep. As they're discussing it over here. This is another crucial momentum shifter with this face mask. Because he threw it right when all the defenders were surrounding the offense.
Absolutely. So now it's just all about where do you put this ball, and for Campbell County, it's a blessing in disguise and able to get just a tad bit more closer.
What a game with some drama. They're still having a discussion here about where the ball is going to be placed. Oh.
This should not be a discussion. You should absolutely know where the ball should be placed.
Shout out to Ronnie Perkins, the officiating man back in Tennessee with the Mid-State Officials Association. Sure he'll be looking at this game and.
That was the second timeout on White.
Okay, so the second timeout charged for Calhoun County, so they have 1 timeout left.
I'm sure Ronnie is just.
Again, you try to be positive, especially as members of the media.
Absolutely.
It's been a lot of question marks and head scratchers. But here we are, a 2nd and 4 for Calhoun County. A scramble as he's brought down in the backfield to the 34-yard line, and no timeout called by Calhoun County. They're going to let the clock run down with about 60 seconds left.
And those Fighting Rangers, they were not tricked on this. They knew that he wasn't going to throw that ball. They don't believe it. So, of course, bring the pressure and get that stop in. Great defensive play.
The game potentially comes down to this. Again, they're not using their timeout for – I don't know why Calhoun County is not using their timeout here, or at least not rushing up to the line. 40 seconds.
This better be a big play.
And you got Edwards back in the game. A high snap. It's a big play as Edwards.
Fall on it.
Again, they're
it.
not falling on it, and Southern Prep is going to recover, and that's going to do it.
All right, once again, Calhoun County shooting themselves in the foot, not trying to drop on that ball. See, that was both on the quarterback and our star player, of course. And now you gave up the game, just like that.
Garrett Peebles. Wait, it's ruled 4th down.
Oh,
It's
wow.
ruled fourth down. They ruled it down by contact. They ruled it down by contact, and the clock is winding.
So many questions off that play. So many questions. Like you said,
Fourth down.
we're trying to stay positive.
This is the game. This is what the game comes down to, as it's going to be Quincy Edwards who's going to take it to the right side, avoiding tackles. Quincy Edwards staying on his feet, looking for someone to pitch it to, and it's not going to matter. No flags on the field. It's not going to matter. And goes to 1.9 left on the game clock as Quincy Edwards is slow to get up, but that is going to do it, even with lack of fumble recovery. Oh, what a game.
We asked for a good game, and this is what we got. A lot of questions, but a great game.
And yeah, they're looking at with these final seconds again. We will talk with Coach Bell after the game. And it's should be a turnover on downs as is ruled. And it'll just be a knee down to close the game. And we'll talk with Coach Bell in the Fairlife Core Power Protein postgame show. Get an interview with him, give some protein shakes to his player of the game, and we'll wrap things up in one of the most bizarre finishes you'll ever see.
Something to talk about in the stream talk. I can tell you that right now. I would love to hear James what he has to say about this game as well.
You and James are going to have a field day on Sunday. Again, Extreme Talk at 4 p.m. on Sundays. We'll recap all the action from around the Southeast and the teams we cover. Probably get a coach on the show, and then we will preview going into Week 10 with the playoff bracket potentially being finalized. All right, it's as far as I'm aware, this I think it's first down. I think it's the final play of the game with a knee down.
I think Calhoun is a little confused.
Yeah, and that's going to do it. Southern Prep, even with the drama and everything aligning against them, they get the victory on senior night, 32-26 over Calhoun County Cougars. We will see you for the Fairlife Core Power Protein postgame show in a few moments here. Don't go away.
When your workout ends, ours begins. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power. 26 grams of high-quality, complete protein.
Bryson, what are you doing? Look where you're at. Look that way. He's an attention seeker, though.
Welcome, everybody, to the Fairlife Core Power Protein postgame show. I'm joined by the victorious head coach, Roland Bell. Leave it to Southern Prep and any team for that matter for some drama towards the end for us to get to this victory. But now 6-1 on the season. What did you see throughout this contest against Calhoun County?
Well, I've been telling my players all week that they're athletic and they're dangerous. And at halftime said, I told you, they're athletic, they're dangerous. So, we just tried to stay focused and try to keep them hemmed up. And, there toward the end, that's what we did. And, Ernest, he's a video game. And he just keeps on showing out.
Yeah, Ernest Moore was fantastic, and the rest of the team collectively definitely looks like the number 12 seed on the NHSA rankings as you push through to go to Florida. As you go through the rest of the schedule, crucial victory here. What's the message to your guys going through the rest of the season?
Well, the message out there after the game was it just gets harder from here. Got to come in focused every day. We, can't have guys messing around at practice. We got to be focused from here on out. And, they were in agreement.
I would certainly hope so. Well, this is your first time on the post-game interview, so we're now having you as the coach name your Fairlife Core Power Protein player of the game. So introduce for our viewing audience who the player is and how proud you were of his performance at tonight's game.
Our player of the game is number 1, Ernest Moore. And how could I not be super proud? I mean, he's like I said, he is a video game. We love watching him every game. I mean, he bounces and you don't know what he's going to do.
We certainly couldn't keep track of him in the broadcast booth and everything, but congratulations to you, Coach. Best of luck to you guys going forward. Ernest Moore, your player of the game. Let's get that shirt on over the jersey and everything. And Ernest Moore, just incredible games, several rushing touchdowns, so many big carries, and even that. What did you see specifically, Ernest, on that kickoff return as your teammates cheering you on? What did you see on that touchdown kickoff return at the end of the first half?
Honestly, I was thinking, like, we got to wake up. I need to do something to get us back on track. And I was like, I got to do this. I got to do this. This is all going through my head. I'm thinking, like, I'm about to do it. So then, boom, they think I'm running up. I see them, everybody's just cruising. So I just turn on the jets and just take it home.
And how proud are you of the rest of your teammates and the way they performed against Calhoun County and to come out with this win on senior night?
I'm really, I really don't know what to say because it's a lot of mistakes and, we got a lot of fix. But overall, I think, like, that's a wake-up call, because we haven't played a team like that that's so good before. And I've never been touched so much in one game. So, it's work that needs to go all around. But overall, we didn't give up. We executed, came back, everybody messed up, and it was a good game.
Well, congratulations to you. We've got some protein shakes that you could sample there. We've got chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, banana, or combination of strawberry, banana. Which shake would you like?
Me and my team, which one would we like?
Which one do you want to drink on air?
The vanilla.
The vanilla? All right. Let's toss the vanilla. It's okay. You performed well in the game. All right, go ahead. Crack it open. Tell us how it tastes.
I already had this one before.
Okay, so you've had Fairlife before. Is it good stuff?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Fairlife Core Power Protein, good as always. Ernest Moore, your Fairlife Core Power Protein player of the game. Congratulations to you, sir. The rest of those shakes are for your teammates. Give it out to whoever you want. Oh, what again? Well, Brendan, as we mentioned during the game, a lot of drama towards the end and a lot of question marks that we'll talk about on Extreme Talk, but a lot of oh, he's giving us a scoring update. Looks like Grace Baptist, I believe, won against Franklin Christian for the end of the contest. But in terms of this game, Grace 40, FCA 33. So Grace, number 1 seed. All right, well, Brendan, Southern Prep, incredible game on their part. Their defense did what they had to do towards the end and stop Calhoun County, even with ball being ruled down and the penalties that were involved and such. But Southern Prep, we've talked about it throughout the game. They keep fighting, and now they've gotten the victory on senior night. They're 6-1.
Well, it's in the name, Fighting Rangers, and that's exactly what they came out and did. They fought their hearts out until they won this game. What a great game to come here and watch. And, man, can't wait to see these guys in Florida if they make it.
Definitely one of the best games we covered so far throughout the season. Interesting to see how Southern Prep goes. And as James mentioned to us upstairs, Grace Baptist wins 40-33 over Franklin Christian. They have clinched the #1 seed in the TSI AA South. Well, we have the Saturday off. Extreme Talk is coming on Sunday. You're going to have a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm sure James upstairs have a lot of things to talk about. It's going to be Extreme Talk on Sunday. But again, your final score 32-26. Southern Prep gets the job done on senior night. They're now 6-1 as they make the push for the NHSA National Tournament in Florida. For Brendan Daniel, for Audrey Green running the show upstairs, as well as Jerry Jr. on the other side of the camera, and James Shannon running things very, very distantly from upstairs there. I'm Spencer Thompson saying thank you so much for joining again. Southern Prep gets the victory in Camp Hill at home. Good night, everyone.